7 tracts of the brain that provides the leadership basis. Adamang kata karane mole patahatak tibenawa ewa kohomada leadership ekata yomu wenne. Bill can go to that graphic straight off. So life and life skills are a good gift God has given us, and we are in a journey to make the good gift perfect or good gift complete. Will you say with me, good gift? All together, left hand, good gift. And then confess it, good gift. And I have a good gift. I am going to complete it as God has given the best. That's life journey. So excellence is you doing the best you have been given to do. It has nothing to do with competition, survival of the fittest, or struggle for existence. Good gift, taking it to the completion God has given to you, is excellence and leadership. And when you take those first steps early or ahead of others, you lead others to the best they have. Did you understand that? Shall we give a vote on this? Yeah. This is not presidential election, but this is your election, okay? Yeah. So, when you are ahead of others, what do? Get others to come to where you were. In the process, they may overtake you. But you have come to the best you have. That's how God looks at life. So no struggle for existence, no survival of the fittest. It is everyone thriving the best that God has given. Now say with me, I am not surviving. I am thriving. One more time, I am not surviving. I am thriving. So you can help another to thrive. So if you are left brain dominant in your brain tracts, that's the old way of speaking, so you become good in mathematics, languages, management, and so on. But if you are right brain dominant, you become good in graphics, artist, music. So everybody has room for excellence in God's world. God's world. Shall we say that together? Everyone has room for excellence in God's world. Competition and struggle comes if you think opportunities are limited, you fight for it. In God's world, everybody has a space, everybody has a time. So we embody that in our leadership, giving everyone their space and giving everyone time to grow up to the maximum they can. That's what leadership is. Seeing the space they need, providing the time they need, and identifying the particular gift they have. That's what leaders are good at. You identify the particular gift they have. So today I have 15 minutes, so I can't tell everything about all this involves. I like to get to the 7 tracts of the brain. Can we have that graphic? 7 tracts of the brain. Maybe else here. We'll keep it here for the moment. This is how our brain works. Put your hand on this and say, my prefrontal cortex. That's where we begin initiation. Will you say with me, initiation, navigation, successful in conclusion, well done, good reward. Now, who is saying well done, good reward? You are saying it about what you did in the last hour. That's how God has designed our brain. Every hour, initiation, navigation, successful in conclusion, and well done, good reward. So a love affair in your life must be once, no experiments. Tell your neighbor, no experiments with love affairs. No experiments with love affairs. It must be initiated at the right time, navigated through carefully, and Nigambu, I am told, has certain perils more than Colombo. Am I right, Mr. Anushka? Yeah, Nigambu has some perils. I mean, Colombo, we all know is perilous. So, initiation at the right time, which is after the A-level. Shall we vote on that? Yeah, because for a lifelong decision, You must be mature of age, and you have to get on with the first things in life that will help you always. So that even in that department of life, initiation, navigation, successful in conclusion, good reward. So that having that sense of good reward, well rewarded in your life, becomes a character habit where you check back for the best. Let's say together, I check back for the best and for improvement in my curricular practice, that is even in my studies, and in life characters also, you check back for improvement. You don't say, what I did is good enough. Who cares? Don't be stupid. I don't care. So children who are too much on the digital screen, they use this language. You know, my speciality is this, to save the brain from the screen. Will you say with me, thank you, Dr. Uncle, for saving our brain from the screen. Screen is very useful, but it also has its peril. So you have to use it for study and improvement, not to go down in life. So this is the track. I initiate, navigate, successful in conclusion, and good reward. But if we are too much on the screen, on the digital games, always taking risk experiments, you get into the mode of fight, flight, fright. So you are on that belligerent mode, comfort fight mode. So you fight your parents, you fight your teachers, you fight your siblings, and you take the school book and say, stupid. Isn't it? And you throw your knapsack, you bark at the dog, and the dog barks at you. You are fighting with your younger siblings. That's what happens when the screen is living inside you. So I'm taking this opportunity also to again tell you how you must protect your brain for your best future. So this other track is called the top-down regulation, where you have dyspathy, the opposite of empathy. Empathy is good for me, good for my future, good for my loved ones. Dyspathy is I don't care what happens. Live for the moment. I don't care. So from your mouth you keep saying this word, I don't care. Stupid, idiot. Now those are not words to use at home. Don't use it in your brain, because everyone has a good purpose in God. Digital screen puts you on that comfort-fight mode, which is not good for you. You defeat yourself. Okay, it's called self-sabotage. We don't want to go there. Now for the next 7 tracks of the brain, this is how God has created our tracks. This is where leadership comes from. First track is empathic intuitive. That means how I think about myself. So you would have heard nowadays when you go for job interviews, they check your EQ more than your IQ. What is IQ? What is IQ? You should be knowing the IQ. Intelligence, quotient, buddhi, sangunakaya. And what is EQ? Very good. Emotional quotient. Okay? So they check on your EQ in your interviews. They find out whether you are a workable person. So it begins empathic intuitive is how you think about yourself. Your self-esteem, it's called emotional awareness. Then you become aware, I am weak in this, I must make it strong. So when you are emotionally aware about yourself, will you say with me, emotional awareness? Very important for leadership. Then the second track is empathic relational, how you deal with others. You understand how you deal with others. So from the mother's womb, the baby begins to deal with the mom. Baby is so conscious about the mom, when the mom is sleeping, a baby will never kick to wake up the mom. If mom is pregnant and baby kicks and you get up from your sleep, you must immediately go to a doctor, which means baby is in trouble. Baby never kicks the mother when the baby is in the womb. Okay? Now babies become 13, isn't it? Babies don't remain babies. What happens when babies become 13? They kick the mother, but not with your feet, but in different ways, isn't it? So going on 13, going on 14, you begin to feel stress because of hormonal changes. Mind that space of time. So first leadership comes from how you have understood yourself, emotional awareness about yourself. Second leadership comes from empathic relational tract, emotional awareness about others and how to deal with them. Thirdly, linguistic tract. If you are too much on the screen, you will not talk to others, your language will not develop, you will be always on the screen. So present generations' language skills and communication skills have gone down because of being too much on the screen. Will you please take this from me as an instruction from a specialist? So you have to read, and best reading is done with black and white printed books. I know you have to study online a lot, that's okay. But always take down notes and always write at least 2 A4 pages in 2 languages. And older people, if you write 4 A4 pages in 2 languages, you don't get Alzheimer. How many of you have heard of Alzheimer? Yeah. If you write 4 A4 pages in 2 languages, your brain keeps renewing, you understand? And then write English in flowing hand. How many of you write English in flowing hand? My school is St. Thomas's College, Dr. Perera. So we were taught to write the word to the end and then only come back to dot the I's and cut the T. Put a vote on that. See, it must be a strange school. So say you're writing a long word like what? Committee. C-O-M-M-I-T-T-E. Then come back to cut the I's and dot the T's. You understand that? So that language formation forms character. Don't neglect your language. More language you do, more brain brilliant you become. Please understand this. All your life read, all your life write, because only human beings have languages. So there were some people who wanted to prove Darwin, so they put apes who are supposed to be the most brain developed next to man, and they had a 24-hour experiment of putting these apes in the London Zoo, and they spoke to them languages through a recorded track 24/7. So apes are listening to languages. At the end of 4 days, these apes came out, hit the cage and hit their heads like that and was trying to destroy everything, because they were trying to tell these scientists who did not know, we are not created to speak like you. Apes protested. But human beings must continue with your language skills, at least 2 languages, But parents, I want to tell you, you have to begin children to absorb languages before the age of 5. Never give the digital screen before the age of 5. Will you give a vote on that? Will you give a vote on that? But the chance dana neda. Avrudu pahata issalla digital screen එක දෙන්න එපා. පොඩ ඡන්දයක් දාලා බලන්න. හරි පොඩ parents ලා ඡන්දයක් දාමුද ඒකට? බෑ නේද? Digital screen එක දෙන්නේ නැතුව පොඩි එකව තියාගන්නේ කොහොමද? Digital screen එක දෙන්නේ නැතුව මහත්යව තියාගන්නේ කොහොමද? So if you give the digital screen before the age of 5, their language crumbles. So next leadership skill is language and communication. Keep it going all your life. You never age. Your brain cells keep making new connections if you are reading and writing. Okay? Then the 4th leadership skill comes from the management track. That's the logical management track. So when a child is a toddler and he's toddling around on his knees, he's saying 1, 2, 3, 4. He's counting the steps that he knows will give him food. So towards whom is this little fellow moving? Now he does not know 1, 2, 3, 4. But his brain knows how many steps to get to the father to get his food, correct? No, children are not foolish. කිසිම ළමෙක් තාත්තා වෙත යන්නේ නැහැ කෑම කන්න. හැම ළමයාම යන්නේ අම්මා වෙතයි කෑම කන්න. Yes. Little fellows know where food is. Yes. Even the father knows where food is. Food is where the wife is. Is it all right? So the management track can be developed with puzzles, with mechanosets. So always engage your fingers and toes with exercises and other things, studies of course, artwork, and always writing. That develops your brain for communication and for management. So the management track helps you to track your time. If you don't lead yourself and manage yourself, you can't lead others, okay? Then the fifth track is kinesthetic. That is your movement inside you into the thing God has for you. So artists move for artists. Music moves for music. So you can see how much I'm talking about God, because these are God design. You deny Him, you lose it. By the way, I became first in the island in my A-level exam. We had to do chemistry, physics, botany and zoology, 4 subjects. So I became first in the island. At that time I was an atheist. So my head was already big and it became very big. First in the island, big thing, isn't it? Then I entered Colombo Medical Faculty, and in every exam I was batch top. Colombo Medical Faculty, there were only 2 medical faculties at that time, Colombo and Peradeniya. Every exam I was batch top. But thank God, after my A-level, I came to know God as a good shepherd. So my big head got a little smaller, and my very selfish heart got a little more accommodating. That's the time I found my life partner also. As I told you, after the A-level. Say to you, after the A-level. After the A-level. Yeah. Tell each other, after the A-level. A-level must be secured carefully, because A-level decides for you what field you get into. Now you will be asking, doctor must be old-fashioned. He does not know that there are foundational courses after O-level. But you are only 16. Are you going to choose at the age of 16 what you are going to do for life? Can you? You can't. You have to have 2 years. So I am pleading, Dr. Paul, that they consider this, parents consider this, not to put them into expensive courses, saying we are going to foreign universities. Please do your A-level in a field close to your heart. Please do your A-level, and after that choose what degree course you will go to. Can we have a vote on that? Okay, some of you may say, we are not academically inclined to go through A-level. That's okay. Then carefully choose the vocation which long term you are going to be, because you can't be changing courses all the time. So children go for HR courses, 350,000, then they halfway through, no point, you go for IT courses, then you go for chef courses. By the time he is 24, he has done 7 different things, and he can't choose even a life partner, because he is not here, not there, he is everywhere. Constantly I am counseling parents on this, how to choose a child's career. So if you want an appointment, please send a WhatsApp to 074-211-5011. Will you write it down? 074-211-5011. I do regular talks on Zoom also on this subject. If you send me a WhatsApp, you will get a little Zoom intimation. Or if my secretary decides your kid and you need an appointment is no charges, just so that parents and kids maneuver this important time, 16 to 19, without ruining your future, okay? Without ruining your future. So this is about what moves, kinesthesia, what moves inside you for the God-given gift, understand it. If you do too much screen, your kinesthesia gets all pixel related. You have heard the word pixel? Pixels are the strongest influence on the human brain next to addictive drugs. So in academic articles, the pixel screen is called electronic cocaine. because pixel screen has the same effect as cocaine. So you want to do the same thing over and over again, and your brain says, do the same thing over and over again. Your mom comes and says, darling, you have been on the screen for 3 hours. What rubbish, I just started. Because you have lost some time. Otherwise, we know we have a bio clock inside that tells us of time. Understand kinesthesia? Move in the God-given direction. The best He has already put into your heart. Then your acoustic basis and your visual basis. If you get acoustics and visual things all the time from outside, such as plug a pair of earphones and listen all the time to jing, 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 you know. Those days we listen to music 1, 2, 3, 4. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. Feel like sleeping, isn't it? Now you listen to music to do ding, 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 tick tock, ticking tock, tock, talking, tick tock. You can't listen to music and study. Tell your neighbor, when you are studying, you can't listen to music. So parents, when they are studying, don't give them earphones. Will you give a vote on that? You're already scared, no? You're scared now of your 15-year-old. If the earphone is not given, if data is not given, trouble in the home, isn't it? They're scared, no? And I'm teaching them insurrection. I'm teaching them rebellion. Not to allow you to have the earphones while studying. Music develops the brain when you are not studying and you have to play music. So putting children to music early is a good thing. Stringed instruments develop the brain more than other instruments, but certainly keyboards is also good. So listen to 1, 2, 3, 4 music when you are not studying. As soon as you study, if you get on the screen, you forget what you studied. This is science. Understood? Because when you are studying, your study gets into your RAM memory in the brain. You have to give it 90 minutes for it to get into your permanent memory. And it is after 6 p.m. that melatonin works in your brain and you have your studied facts in permanent memory and you wake up in the morning refreshed, remembering what you studied. If not, you wake up in the morning, teacher is stupid, school is stupid, shoes are stupid, I can't remember a thing. Stupid is the fellow who was on the screen, not the school. So you see what happens when you wake up in the morning. If you have been online after 10 p.m., you don't get your brain refurbishment God has. So this is all about how much of acoustic and visual and what kind of acoustic and visual gets into your brain. Now I have told my staff to give you a free book for parents to read with the kids. Will you give that? Samantha, will you give that book? You can have it in any language you want. I have it in Sinhala, English and Tamil. It's called Protecting the Child's Brain. So read it with the child, don't fight with them, that's my slogan. Be educated parent, demapyo, daruot, ekata potakiya women, samutyakata enne egoleka nitara randu karanna epa. So it's a free gift, first give the parents. Isla demapyantai teachers latai denna. I'll leave a few more books out. And if you are taking any other books home, you have to leave 200 rupees for a book, but this is a free gift. Yeah. Okay. One more slide on the, not that, the one before about the leadership styles. This is too long for today. One before on leadership style. That's right. The next one. Yes. Trilogy of life, to whom I belong. That's important. So we belong to God. We belong to our parents. In marriage, we belong to a family. We belong with our friends together. So there's a hierarchy of belonging, God and parents, family and friends. Then there's a thing called caste, that they will check it out when you go for a job interview, your character, your attitude, your skill and your knowledge, isn't it? If your attitude is excellent, skill is excellent, knowledge is excellent, but you have a horrible character, you become a brilliant hora. Tell your neighbor slowly, like who? Like who? Yeah. You get the point? Then your character is very good, your skill is very good, knowledge is very good, but you are nasty when you speak. Then at the job interview, they pick it up. They don't like nasty people. They want people who can work with others. Then your character is very good, your attitude is very good, you have knowledge, but you don't know to apply it. Skill is applying knowledge. So some people are like that, so you must improve your skill. Give me a wave if you understand that. So you understand how the 4 facets of life work. Say with me: character, attitude, skill, knowledge. May you be proficient in all 4. Next slide. Next one. Next one. Next one. Next one. Okay. These are quick. My last slide. Leadership styles. Api monawada lamayinta denne ada? English set එක දෙන්නේ නැහැ මගේ lecture notes set එක. I encourage you to, there's a form to fill there. You might see, if you please put your name and WhatsApp number, you will get my future programs. Dunna kola set එකේ තියෙනවා කොලයක් පුරවලා දෙන්න. නමයි WhatsApp number එකයි දාලා එතකොට මම කරන programs වල notifications හරි clip එකක් හරි ඔබට ලැබෙනවා. නැත්නම් මගේ WhatsApp official WhatsApp එකට දාන්න WhatsApp එක 074-211-5011. That has career guidance, which career you must choose, what subjects you may naturally move to. So these are leadership styles. Coercive in crisis. If this place goes on fire, God forbid it, there has to be someone like a dictator who has to say, do this, do this, do this. You understand? Coercive leadership only for crisis. Second kind of leadership is authoritative in visionary leading. So the leader has to authoritatively, with authority, say, this is the vision, work towards it. You must have that if you are a leader, for that purpose. Third is affiliative in affirming others. Leaders must work shoulder to shoulder. Rub shoulder with your neighbor, shoulder to shoulder. Her shoulder is as important as your shoulder. That's what affiliative leadership is. So you need everybody in the team to put their shoulder to the task. Give me a vote on that. Do you want the translations of this? If you want, you will have to send me a WhatsApp because I can't do everything in 2 languages. Fourth, leadership is for a team effort. When you have an event coming, you have to set the pace. Say with me, set the pace. Louder, louder, set the pace. So a leader who is one who sets the pace, event is coming up. Now, this event needed a lot of planning, isn't it? Correct, isn't it? Shall we give a great hand clap for those who planned this event to this decided? So you set the pace. That's part of leadership. But you can't be driving people all the time. Set the pace. Get going, get going. That will not work. It's for a period of time till the event. Set the pace. Pace setting leadership, which also must be part of your leadership quality. Fifth one, democratic in discussion. When you sit together to plan the event, everybody's view must be entertained. All must feel we contributed. Did you understand? That doesn't mean හැමෝම කියන එක කරන්න පුළුවන්, but හැමෝම must feel they were heard. Did you understand democratic leadership? You must encourage discussion, don't fear discussion, and when criticism comes, face up to it. That's part of discussion. Okay? Then our country has had how many presidents? Julius Richard Jayawardena, President Premadasa, President Chandrika, President Sirisena, President Rajapaksa, President Sirisena, President Ranil Wickremesinghe, President Gotabaya Rajapaksa. Now go home and put down which leadership styles they showed up and give them marks. Now don't tell anybody, go home and do it. Okay? What were they good at? What were they weak at? So democratic in discussion. 6, coach for process or weakness and failure. So when people are weak or they fail, you don't discard them. You must be a coach. Okay? All right. So, if you are going to be a wife, which mode of leadership will you adopt? If you are going to be a husband, some of you are husband, which leadership will you adopt? That's for the next talk, okay? Thank you, Dr. Paul Pera, for inviting me, and thank you, Mr. Dilum and Sugat, for asking me to come. It was a pleasure being with you. I had to excuse myself because Saturday is a very tight day for me, but because your school has good vision, I agreed to come. God bless you. And may the Good Shepherd always take you to the best He has for you. Okay? Bye.